morning everybody, and thank you for coming to this tactical coordinating group to review the impending flood situation facing Leicestershire over the next few days. My name is Julia Dracon and I'll be chairing this TCG on behalf of Leicestershire County Council's Highways Department. And to my right is...
I'm Annie Ogundeko, representing Health Authorities.
I'm John Brown from the Fire and Rescue Service.
Mark Walker, I'm representing the district and borough councils, but also covering for Martin Jackson from the County Council.
Alison Fleming from the Environment Agency.
Andrew Murr, Police.
James Cole, Lobby.
Thank you. Just to check that everyone did sign in with the lobbyist at the point at which they attended the meeting. Yeah. Thank you very much. So before we start, just a few points of housekeeping. I appreciate that you might need to take calls during the meeting, but please put your phones on silent and try and avoid that as much as possible to reduce disruption to the meeting. In terms of the role of the logist, just a reminder that the role of the logist is to capture joint decisions and joint actions, as well as to take down key points of information that are shared throughout the meeting. It does not mean that local personal logs aren't required. They will not be a verbatim set of meetings notes. We are recording the meeting using the audio recorder in the middle of the room, and in terms of timings during the meeting, we'll be using the clock that's on the wall over there. Does anyone have any questions about the process for the meeting? No? Can I just check that you have all taken the opportunity to refresh yourselves with the Major Incident Handbook and also the LRF's flood plan before we start the meeting? Great, thank you very much. Okay, so you'll be aware that yesterday evening the Resilience Partnership Duty Officer called a flood risk evaluation team teleconference to discuss weather reports and current water situation across the area. And during that meeting it was agreed that a TCG will be required this morning to review the situation and to discuss collective actions and issues, which is why we are all here today. The process for the meeting will be following the Tactical Coordinating Group agenda as set out in the Major Incident Handbook. And as part of that, we will be working our way through the items listed there. So this is the first meeting of this group, so there's no actions to refer to from previous meetings, but we'd like to start out with any items for urgent attention that anyone may have now before we move into that wider situation report.
Yes, we've got a couple of things that I think just need clarifying. We've had reports from Proctor's Caravan Park on Barrow on Soar that the caravan park is flooding. As you know, some of the residents refused to leave prior to the onset of the flooding. The owner of the site is asking for assistance to evacuate the site, which was full to capacity. Because of the flooding, the exit route is unsafe use, so we're going to evacuate people there, so we'll need transport through the local authorities provided for that. That's one incident, and accommodation for those people to be evacuated too. And then we've also just started to have reports of a bus driver of a minibus with vulnerable adults has driven into the floodwater on Braunston Lane East and is now stuck. Now we've been in contact and working with our fire colleagues to remove those vulnerable adults from the danger. However, we will need transport suitable to the vulnerable adults and somewhere to put them while they're waiting for that transport when they've been removed from the water.
Okay. So are there any specific actions that need to happen now regarding those?
The identification of somewhere to take both groups of evacuated people. The main the sensitive one is the busload of vulnerable adults, obviously, but the logistical one is the up to 100 residents from the caravan park that will need accommodation because they're not able to use their vehicles to evacuate from the caravan site.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to suggest that we pause temporarily now. James, can you please make sure that you note this as a break in the meeting? and capture the action that the police and the local authority are going to have a short meeting outside this wider meeting to progress those actions immediately, and then we will reconvene at 5 minutes by the clock on the wall, which will be at 10:45. Thank you.